All right, and you were saying,
So we're talking about Ricardo's vocal on the Explorer and just how it influenced what I would do myself on the Haunted. I mean, it's such a spine-tingling, incredible performance. It's got real dynamic range. There's beautiful, soft lines at the beginning, and how he breaks loose as the song progresses. I mean, it must have been amazing to go on tour in France with him, guys. What an experience that must have been.
Oh, definitely.
That's true.
It was definitely. But yeah, Ricardo is really amazing because he's a friend of ours and friend of Eric since a long time, and he sang also to a track called Sweetheart Grips from the album Sweetheart Grips we released in 2019. And so we went on tour on our first tour with him, and yeah, he was just amazing. It was amazing to be with him on stage, but also to listen to him sing the Explorer and Sweet and Grips in real time. That was wow, that was something really, because the way he interprets the character is really something. Like he is the character on stage. Like that's really really impressive, and that was so great to listen to his gorgeous, like, rocky voice and sensitive voice, sorry. And yeah, that was just amazing, really.
all right, let's talk about The Dreamer. It's another one of my favorite songs. You bring in Martin Wilson to sing the vocals. Uh, Talk a little bit about that and that song in general, because hopefully we're all dreamers at heart.
True, we asked Martin to join for that one. So that's the second single actually. Well, I don't really like the term single, but that was the second
Preview.
pre-release track, yeah, if I can say that we released. And well, that one has a lot of we can say a lot of things about that one. But it's maybe the more melodic or the most easiest song to access for people in the record. And we thought that Martin, of course, Martin is one of the dearest and closest friends to us and to Eric. And it was an evidence once again that he had to be in this album. And that song was really made for him, I think, because he's got this thing, to find the earworm, really, in songs that could easily be boring, because that's repeat, that's easy, and no, he's got, because it's one of the most difficult things to do actually, to compose simple things that can repeat but can be really
Yes.
melodic and can get this earworm, and he did that with so much. Each time he's doing that actually, so that's why we asked him to try to feature on that song, especially on that one. And the other thing is that on that song, the well, maybe Alex will told you, but the guitar we had, the acoustic guitar at the beginning, is really Eric playing, which is the only part we were able to keep because of the quality of the sound, and all the demos were not really good. So on that one, that's really Eric, and everything. Well, Alex will tell you more, but everything came from that simple riff actually.
Exactly, like the Dreamer, it was not the first one. That was actually a late song that I worked on, but there was this riff that he sent me like years ago, but with a good quality, and I didn't want to re-record it or made someone re-record it. I just took it, and what I did is quite something, because there are two keys on this song, and what I just did is that I took the same loop, and I just did a technological process to make it up a
Pitch it.
third, a minor
Pitch.
third, yes. Yeah, exactly, yes, to make it up a third and to go back to the original. So that's always Eric's playing on this one, like the same loop from the start to the end. That's him, and it's just like we just went on this kind of vibey thing. And also, like Anne-Claire said, it could have been boring, but Martin Wilson just came up with a line that is so catchy that it just came like to a single, actually, that a catchy tune on that. And the lyrics as well are so great. Like all the lyrics on the album are so great by Anne-Claire, but this one is one of my favorite lyrics because it's just simple, but it's all, we can appropriate that to ourselves. Everyone can be a dreamer. So that's really like universal lyrics.
Let me
to
give
that.
you one of those lyrics to respond to. I once heard the moon flirting with the stars, plotting against the sun. I warned the rainbow, I told her to just run. Help illusions to cross the bridge of hope. That's what I do. That's what I know.
Exactly. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, take that home, think about it, and make your own meaning out of it.
Yes, exactly. That's it. No, that's really interesting. And you know, I remember we didn't know how to end the song, so I just did a little solo, you know. But like Claire said,
Little solo.
yeah, like
No,
Little.
yeah, because at the beginning it was a small solo,
it
actually.
was a
Ah.
small one. It was like a 55-second, and I just ended like that. And she said, no, let's do a little more. So I did a three-minute solo at the end. But
Well,
you know,
But that was
one thing
right. No?
about this solo, the first version I heard of it was a long version already, but you probably rushed a recording just to send me something, the outline of the song. And when I heard that song, I was really feeling not certain about it. And I felt like, ooh, this one is dragging, and there's this long solo at the end. And now that it's finished, I mean, when I heard Martin's vocal, I finally felt confident about, yeah, its status as worthy of being a single, of being on the front light. And the guitar solo at the end became such a lyrical masterpiece. I mean, don't want to throw a praise like this, but I mean, a lot of people have said good things about this solo, and it's a solo that you can hum along at times, and sometimes it goes so crazy that you're just carried away. So I like this, where it goes and where it leads you. This
It's just like the
solo.
song is pure melody. And
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's needed. That's what's
Yeah.
needed.
Well, speaking of crazy, the next song, after all these beautiful, wonderful, soft melodies, the next song is Chaos, or the Chaotic. And I'll let you guys talk about it. And, you know, we all run into chaos. There's a lot of chaos out in the world right now. But just a couple of real quick things. Laura Piazzi did a fantastic lyric, and also Armin Quevedo. So talk about them and talk about the chaos that's going on in all of our lives and your lives, and how you control it or somehow make your way through it.
I guess that song is, well, that's not a difficult guess, but it will be the song people will argue the most, for sure. I mean, you love it or you hate it. There's no middle.
yes.
That's for sure,
It's
because
an
that's really,
extreme thing. Yes.
yeah, that's really prog in a way. I can say that for once. I don't really know what prog is, but prog in the meaning of, well, when I heard this song, I really, maybe that's because Adam Holtzman, you know, is guesting on the song. And the solo he's playing is, I don't know, when I heard this song, I really listened like kind of, well, I don't want to be pretentious saying that, but kind of Steven Wilson solo, you know, at some period, like it really remind me what Adam is doing with him. And it can be really like classic prog. I don't know how to explain that. Alex, maybe.
It's right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like
I'm not
like
massive. kind of yes, sorry people, but yeah, that's
What did you say? No, but like yeah, the chaotic is I don't know, like the chaotic is one of the song that's there is two sides on this song, because the real like crazy side comes from, you know, when Arno and Laura are just talking about schizophrenic thing and everything, and the ending solo of David on the guitar, which is kind of neurotic and just, you know, like doing crazy stuff. But there is the little part of Adam's solo which is really something melodic. So it's kind of a respiration, you know, when Adam is playing. There is kind of a calm, a rhythmic pulse, and he's doing his thing melodically. But otherwise, it's just chaos. So it's just kind of a two sides face on this one.
Yeah.
But Adam, when I heard his solo, when he sent it to me, he said to us, "No, if you want, I can do it again, really. Like there, that's okay, really." I said, "No, don't do it again. The first one was just perfect, you know."
To talk about the singers, the performance of the singers. One thing we have to stress is that, like all the singers who contributed to this album, they were given a lot of creative freedom. Yes. And we were shocked, surprised to hear what Arno and Laura had sent us, because I mean, it fits perfectly, but we didn't tell them to do it that way, and it was really their input.
Yes.
So
no, you're right. It's important
in a way, the end result came so organically, and yeah, it's just wonderful how a fluke can bring can bring really something coherent at the end, even though it's chaotic. The form and the meaning again are really closely tied together.
Alexei is right. It's important. We haven't told yet, but
yeah,
there is strictly no vocal lines. We haven't given any vocal lines to anyone. So each
every
singer is
vocalist
totally
composed their
free.
vocal lines. Every vocalist, everyone.
And indeed, for the chaotic, because we were quite able to imagine, even if it's not the result, but okay, on that song, maybe the line will be like that. On the chaotic, I don't know you, Alex, but me, I was like, what can we do on this kind of song? I mean, fortunately, we don't have to give you a vocal line, because I wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, this is too difficult. But what they did, which is really interesting, is that they kind of did it. They did more like a rhythmic vocal line, other than the melodic vocal line, which is really clever, because everything is rhythmic on the chaotic, not really melodic in a way. So they followed that vision, and they were really clever to follow that vision on it. So it came really perfectly. That was really good.
And
really good.
Yeah, and as well for the concept of the song and the theme of the lyrics, and it's really for the characters. It's better.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, the next song, The Lost, has a very Aryan feel to it. You feel the inspiration and the direction from Marhan Lukinson with the use of Christopher Giddenlow from Pain of Salvation. How did you get him involved? And he does a fantastic job. Tell us about The Lost.
Well, The Lost, one of the favorite track we love to play on stage, because this is kind of a two-side track as well, because there is a really Opeth vibe section, and after there is this metal thing that goes through the end. And Christopher, he has such you know, the kind of rocky voice you want to hear every time, because it's so broken in a way, but so melodic as well. And I remember when Anne-Claire sent the lyrics to him, he didn't know really how to fit everything. But at the end, he sent us demos and everything. He sent us so much material, and at the end, it just fit. Like there are some parts on the Lost vocally which are just it makes me like shivers. Like it's so well sung and so well interpreted. So other than it's just an incarnation of a lost person, like really, like Christopher sung a lost person. This is
Yeah.
Especially since Christopher is not a native English speaker. I think it's really amazing his delivery of a text in English and how naturally it
Yes.
flows. Me, a non-English speaker, I maybe there are things I cannot hear, but really he really nails it. The delivery of the lines is just perfect.
yes.
Yeah, that's true. What Alex said is that, well, it's the case for all the lyrics actually, but the challenge was also to get long, very long sentences and lyrics, as you would not do that for lyrics actually, most of the time. But it was what I wanted to express, really, the the things I wanted to express. And that's when he get the lyrics, he told me, but either I can do like 2 or 3 songs with that, or I can rap, do some rap, but
Yeah, I remember that.
I told him, okay, you can. That's what I said to everyone. You can, cut and move, and that's written in. That's already thought to be able to be move or cut and keeping the sense. So you can do that, but he did not want, and he keep it, and he did it. So that's he's amazing. Yeah, really.
So wait for the rap version will be in the extended.
Yes.
The bonus
So
one,
please
yeah, we have to
pre-order.
talk to him about that. Yeah.
Okay, the interlude, The Wanderer, is wonderful. It brings us back to the story, and for me, it brings order back from the chaos. Do you want to talk a little bit about that one? That's beautiful, beautiful instrumental.
That's
choir.
Alexis right there, right
Yeah.
there.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's actually a bass solo that I wrote, and I didn't mean it to be a piece more than just a solo bass. But when I sent the track to Alex, he said, I have some ideas for keyboards in the background. And I said, yeah, that will probably be great because maybe it feels a bit empty. And at the end, he had this idea to use the vocals. We had requested time ago that all friends of Eric send a short recording of their voice, and with the intention to do something of it. And Alex had the idea to use this bass solo as the backdrop for this what became this operatic arrangement. Yeah. And yeah, I was very pleased of the result, because it exceeded what originally was just, I think, a simple bass solo. It became something much more, thanks to all those people and Alex, who arranged that beautifully.
Well,
Right.
that was really something difficult because all the oh, sorry. Oh, no,
No,
so
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, it was really difficult because everyone was sending me a bunch of tracks sometimes, but I just kept one single note of everyone, and sometimes, of course, they are not singers, so I try to reach for the most perfect tuned notes, you know, for
Pitch.
everyone, and I achieved it finally.
Yeah.
And it became sort of this kind of, you know, eerie kind of,
Yeah.
you know, cloudy vibe on it. And it was so great to have this bass solo, because the bass solo for me is the earth of the track, and all the voice are the cloud of the track. So it's a nice contrast.
Yeah, it's a walking track, and there's these eerie ghosts floating above. Yeah, that's a good balance.
Well, there's about 50 people singing, so that's something to mix.
They're all credited in the booklet.
Yes.
Well, speaking of singers, let's talk about The Haunted.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the longest track on the album. And Charlie is the lead singer on this one. Here's just one of the lyrics. There's so many fantastic lyrics, but intoxicated by the flavors of life, I've decided to dance. Take your place. I'll tell the tale, a whisper on the wind. To me, and I hope you guys had a chance to read that. Like I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite albums, and now I can't remember the name of it, but one of Pendragon's favorite albums has the song Paintbox on it. And there's kind of this Paintbox feel to this song, which is hopefully it's a good compliment to you. But I'm coming up with the name of the album. Maybe one of you guys know the name of it.
Oh, wow. I didn't listen to
wouldn't.
Dragon since a lot of...
But go ahead. Let Charlie.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, it's another example of being given absolutely wonderful lyrics by Anne Claire to work with. Similar to Christopher, it was a challenge to piece it together in a way that suited my voice, but I was really happy with the end results of it.
yeah.
And it just invited these melodies. It came together very quickly, actually. After sitting and listening to the track for a few days, the ideas start to form and the lyrics start to slot into place. And yeah, I'm as proud of it as a performance as anything I've ever done. And given the context of this album, that makes it extra special to me. So thank you for inviting me to be part of this beautiful album.
Have any of you heard the now I can't remember the name of it, the Masquerade Overture?
Well, with Paintbox on it, yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't heard it, give it a listen. It's one of their best, maybe their best. Pendragon from England.
Oh, yes.
You guys, I just remember the name and wanted to. Sometimes I forget the name.
Oh, yes. Love Pendragon. There's
a lot of good albums out there, so that's definitely one of them.
So many music of them.
And Charlie on the on the Haunted, I remember listening to the vocal tracks and thinking he's put so many layers. I mean, above and beyond what we were expecting from a singer. I mean, you expect a vocal line, you expect lyrics to be in place, but all these waves of layered voices. I mean, they're just so beautiful. It's my favorite vocal performance on the album personally.
Oh, yes.
Oh, guys, thank you.
Yeah.
The extra parts come a lot from working with Don Bennison, who's been my vocal producer for a project called Age of Distraction. And he's got me really listening for ideas where I can add backing parts. And it's such a playful rhythm on this song anyway. I love how the the drum parts and the bass bit together, because
Yeah.
I could just swing into it, and it gave the melodies a
Yes.
real lift as well. And then we were in the studio for hours just playing with different backing ideas. And I think we just sent you everything that we actually recorded on that day.
Yeah.
Probably
Hey,
didn't throw away anything. Yeah.
Speaking of that age of distraction, get with Anne and see if you can get me a copy of that. I would like to review that. I've been looking at so many different things, but I was very interested in that. So if you could, she knows how to get files to me and stuff like that. But yeah, that looks like a very impressive album. I'd love to hear it.
They'll be out early next year, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was this year. So that I've seen the ads for it on Facebook and things like that, and assumed that it was this year, but we'll wait for next year. All right.
Yeah, we've been releasing tracks, and we'll be in touch.
Definitely, please.
Yeah, like the Haunted, like it became really. It's not just because it's Charlie Bramard. It's just because it's the only track when I listen to the vocal track that's really put tears in my eyes. I never did that before. I never experienced it before, really. So that was really something else. Like that's why it's my favorite track on the album. It's not because of the music, it's really because of the vocal lines, and it's not again because of Charlie Bramard. Just because you're my friend, it's really because it's just beautiful. It's really so beautiful.
He was
Like,
on it.
yes,
Thank you so much.
it's
And one thing I like about this track is the ending. There's this narrated part at the end, and I feel like it's kind of rare that there is room for just poetry in I mean, music albums are usually about music, about singing, and this album is busy, but there's still this special place that is just about poetry, and the delivery is perfect, and the lyrics are just eerie and enigmatic, and feel like it wouldn't be complete without this small part. And we are actually using that part. We were using that poetry part as the intro on the live tour.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Cool.
So people
Yes.
heard your voice on stage, Charlie. I don't know if
Already?
we ever told you that.
I remember you
Yeah.
saying that you're going to do that. Yeah,
So you were here,
that's so
yeah,
cool.
you were on stage.
That's a great idea. Fish used to do that for Marillion. They'd have the guys of Ladra and some sort of poetry before he'd come out on stage. Great idea. Hey,
Yeah.
one other song here, The Architect, and you loaded this with famous people. Talk about the singer, but also Marco Miniman and John Mitchell. And yeah, go ahead. You just loaded it with some impressive people. And it's a
Yeah.
great song too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Architect.
it's
Oh my
the one song of the album with Ashraf on vocals. Ashraf, who was the main vocalist on 520, and yeah, he sang this very very special song, because the meaning, again, that's really a pivotal concept of the album. I mean, The Architect is really like a summary of all the other personalities, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has such an angelic voice. Actually, the moment his voice appears, the first line he sings on this tune, it really sends shivers. It's really he did a fantastic job, and yeah.
That's the Architect is a special one because it's the only one where there is another drummer than Johnny on the album, and what a drummer! I think I wouldn't dream 1 second to have Marco Minman to our albums. Like, he's just one of my favorite drummers in all time, and to
Me too.
like he was, yeah, he just recorded the Architect before going on tour with the Aristocrat, the current tour he's doing with Guthrie Govan and Brian Beller, and when he sent me that, when he sent me I have to say, like, even if I'm not ashamed to say that, but I cried just before I couldn't mix the way I wanted to mix the drums, because I did like 25 different mix and I was just tearing my brain out just to have the mix I wanted, because it's so subtle. All the ghost notes he's doing, all the feeling he's putting on the drums, everything has to be done perfectly to make the sound good. So I did what I could, but really, like, his drumming, we could just reading a single track just with his drum, with nothing else, and you could hear more things because he's doing like such an incredible job on the drum part. Like, it's just amazing. And
every bass note on this track,
yes.
I mean, I had zero idea on this track on the demos, and it's only after receiving Marco's takes and listening to them that I finally I could hear some bass lines. And I mean, it's just so inspiring. He has such a musical feeling that you can hear what is meant to be played, to be really to play along with him. And it must be really something to play an album or to be on stage with Marco Midman, because I mean, he's just so overflowing with ideas that it
Yes.
permeates the whole composition.
Yes. And we have also the ending solo, which is really something else, because actually this is the only solo where a guest went to record it directly in my studio with Anne-Claire, because John Mitchell went to a concert organized by Anne-Claire in Nice, in our hometown.
He played, yeah.
He played, sorry. He played, and we just took the opportunity to invite him in my studio, my home, to do this solo. So we went to an entire morning to do it, and what he did was so great, because he added so much layers, like a Queen Brian May vibe solo, you know, with
I
a lot of
that.
harmonies. Yeah. Yes. And that was just so great to see him playing, and it's such a melodic, like, as he's doing so much, he's so melodic on his solo, and it was a perfect ending on the album, you know, to just have him playing on an entire section and just falling everything down and just having reminiscence of the Explorer track at the end, and just, you know, finish it like that, like the loop is looped at the end, you know. I can't say more than that.
It's just behind me, actually. Loop the loop.
And he was the last guest to be invited on the album, if I'm not mistaken. He was the last one.
No. Actually, he was one of the first one.
Really?
But he recorded. One of the last one to record.
Okay, who was the last one to record? Sorry.
I think he was maybe the first one I've asked.
Okay.
But yeah, that song, that's probably one of my favorite songs for many reasons, for the lyrics, for the atmosphere, for the vocals, for the guitar solo, and on stage. Unfortunately, so far we are just doing the first part, but I think that's one of the songs I enjoyed the most on stage.
This song, I think, this song would deserve a video clip. I think if only one song would deserve a video clip, I think it's this one.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Dreamer, but because I agree with you that that's really difficult for me to imagine how we could really, you know, do something.
Yeah, it's too long.
But no, even to express the you know the
Yeah.
thing and but I think it was the perfect ending for the album, really.
Well, yeah, and you've got one of my favorite bands, Arena. He's also from Robot, Lonely Robot. But Kino.
Oh, he's doing
Kino is
so much. Yeah,
Kino for me is one of
Lost,
the
Speed Bites. Yeah, doing a
80s
lot.
albums that I love the most from Prague. But yeah, you got to have him on there, and that was excellent. All right, we're running out of time. If you guys can hang in here, we'll come back if we don't finish it. But basically, I wanted to ask you, tours. You've talked about a couple of shows, and I know you have more on tap. Tell people where you're going to be.
Unclear?
I haven't heard the question.
Okay,
Oh.
I can tell you.
It's freezing, so with the sound, so I'm
I can tell you.
Concert tours. Where are you
The
going to be?
tour.
Oh, the tour in the next one is in UK in March next year, 2024. Yeah. And we're really happy to get so first to have our very own Charlie on vocals duties here, and
Yes.
And to have some amazing guests as well to support the tour, like Amanda Lehman will play on the we are playing at the Fusion Festival on the Sunday, the 3rd. And the day after, we were starting the tour. So Monday and Tuesday, we'll be joined by Amanda Lehman, which is fantastic human being and musician, of course. She's playing with Steve Hackett on the guitar and the vocals.
Amanda,
yeah. I'm really happy to have her. And on the Wednesday, we will play with Rubedown. That's, you know, already. That's an amazing band from England as well. And on the Thursday and on the Friday, we have the chance to be joined by the John Hackett Band.
Yeah. And
so far that's the tour which is planned, and we are trying to get more dates for next year. We will see.
No, I think so. It is a heck of an album. All right, now the question I always ask: do you guys have anything you want to bring up that we haven't talked about?
I think the recording will